Come on. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Said it once, I'll say it again for the people in the back. Two types of educators, all right? There are the educators that simply go by a curriculum, and then there's the educators that create the curriculum as they go. They create it as you go, all right? And it has to be something that you have to naturally look at life, look at the situations, look at everything going on, and ask yourself, what is the curriculum in this particular situation? That is how real teaching is done. That is how real learning is done. That is how real life skills are done, all right? So let me tell you, I had a mother effing day yesterday. Started with me, so I teach at a school named the Center for Creative Education, all right? And it started with me doing something I don't normally do. I don't normally drive the bus. I am one of the bus drivers per se, but I don't drive the bus every day. And for some reason, don't know why, don't ask me why, just for some reason, all right? I was asked to drive the bus, a group of kindergartners, to a museum. And as we were leaving the museum, I made the mistake. I personally hold myself accountable. Thank goodness it wasn't as serious as it could have been, but I personally made the mistake of when I pulled out of the museum, or dropping the kids back, pulled out of the museum, and I cut the wheel a little too fast, and I accidentally knocked off the side view mirror of a police car, of all cars, right? Again, no excuses. That's all on me. It was my mistake. So because of that, I had to own up to my mistakes. I had to, come back. I can't flee the scene. I wasn't supposed to do this, but I actually did drop the kids off, but I made sure I came back and straightened everything out because I didn't actually hear it, and I wasn't really sure what to do in that situation, to be 100% honest with you. But at the same time, I came back, made sure everything was right, gave them my license, did the police report, wasn't a hit and run, and everything got squared away, from a legal standpoint, all right? So that was accountability number one, me making sure I held myself accountable, especially to this young group of kids who saw it, and they're going to remember it, and, then they asked me about the situation. I told them, look, that's the way you follow the law, things of that nature, all right? So that was the thing that happened at the beginning of the day that kind of shook things a little bit. But towards the end of the day, so one of the things that we do, especially on a Wednesday, because we have half days every Wednesday, we don't have the kids in school for as long, which again is a concept that was thought of by other people that I don't feel like commenting on in this particular situation. But because it was Wednesday yesterday, after school, we have to deal with the kids for a whole lot longer than we normally have to deal with them. It's not only that it's Wednesday, but then they also have them programmed with the Girl Scouts and all sorts of things that have different agendas and people working this and people working that, where it just leads to a lot of different confusion. And for me personally, it's not something I'm a fan of. I'm not high up enough on the totem pole to actually do anything about it. The only thing I can do personally is just simply get in where you fit in, all right? Get in where you fit. It's like they said in Any Given Sunday. One of my favorite sports movies is Any Given Sunday. It's first you get along, or first you go along, then you get along, or something like that. So in the situation I'm at with the school that I teach at, I'm just simply outnumbered in terms of the employee mindset and the entrepreneur mindset. So you simply just gotta, one of the goals for me this year was to not allow the employee mindset to frustrate me as much as it has done in the past. So simply just go along and then you get along, right? So we had a situation where we brought the kids in from outside because they were outside. It's hot. This is Florida. Again, this is summer weather, like 80-degree weather in February. So it's too hot to have the kids outside for that long extended period of time or whatever. And then we came back inside, and there was something called play sticks, right? Play sticks. And one of the kindergarten girls she just asked me, hey, do you want to create something? You want to build something, right? And I immediately tapped into my, my dad's an architect, my creative mindset, and some of the things that I witnessed with my dad growing up, because he's run his own architectural firm for since I was in middle school, and I immediately tapped in to the things that I learned from him growing up. And I said, okay, let's build something with this play sticks. And one of the things I knew immediately was, all right, let's create a square, let's make sure there's a solid foundation. And the thumbnail on this, you're gonna see what it ended up being. This is me, a kindergartner, a kindergartner and a fourth grader built this absolute masterpiece mansion looking thing just by sitting there. Again, just 3 people, literally just 3 people that built this thing, and it was cool. And the reason I wanted to comment on it, because when one of the other teachers saw it, she was like, oh snap, that's nice. Like, I was so proud, not only just for me, but the fact that we built it together and it came from scratch. So what happens now is that young kid, those young kids, their experience in the school, their experience going to school, yes, they're gonna, all the testing and the math and the equations that you have to memorize for a test. Again, there's a time and a place for that, and you have to memorize it for a test. But what they're really gonna remember is that thing that I built with Mr. Aswan, and how cool that was, and how the other teachers liked it, and how we kind of built it from scratch, because those are the things that are gonna be relatable to the everyday problems and the things that they're gonna encounter every single day. Again, 2 types of educators, folks. Make sure you do your research on this. You got, as you embark on this journey, this is a journey, this is something that I've learned through talking to a ton of parents, that this is literally a life-changing decision. All right? Make sure you do your research in terms of who is educating your children, because there are 2 types. There are more of the types that go by a curriculum. There are fewer of the types that create the curriculum as you go. So make sure you do your research, all right? All that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, to makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswan Cruikshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.